For all of you wondering where the hell does your money go every single month, I'd like to ask you one simple and very telling question. What order do you spend your money in? Like, how do you prioritize it? How do you truly prioritize it? Hey everyone, it's your girl, the Budget Doctor, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about prioritizing your spending according to your needs and where you actually are in your life, because we all don't need to be spending on the same things all the time, and that means not every piece of advice will apply to you. Okay, so at the very bottom of the pyramid, or at the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you have your survival needs, like the stuff that you cannot live without, like you can't do anything else or spend on anything else until these things are taken care of. Do you have a place to live? So that's rent, mortgage payments. Are you eating? That's your grocery bills, your utility to keep you warm and to keep your water hot, basic clothing, not designer, medication, and other just basic things that help you survive and just be a human on this planet. On the next level of the pyramid, it is safety needs. And all of your safety needs and safety spending would be based on protecting all of the things that you've already built under the survival needs. So you may have somewhere to live already, but like, is it ideal for you? Is it a good, safe place, good neighborhood, good rental price? Do you make a good salary? It's not enough to just have a job. Do you have a job that can support you, that makes you feel stable? It's not enough to have OHIP only these days. Do you have some sort of health insurance from your employer from when you're going to those more stable jobs and those jobs that carry more and more salary and benefits? These are those things that make you safe, secure, but they're not like extras. You still need these things. Actually, even under safety, we can think of cars, because I mean, just being able to get around and having some form of transportation, whether it's public or private, would be a survival need, but having your own car is definitely a safety need. And we know with a car comes insurance, it comes maintenance, there comes the gas bills, and gas is so expensive right now, but I digress. All of those extra things that come with living more comfortably on this planet. I guess also your emergency savings would be like a safety net too. Just so even being able to save in advance for a rainy day, like that is just level 2 on the pyramid. We're not even getting that high yet. And most of us don't have even the emergency savings, or most of us may not even have health benefits because of precarious employment, the part-time jobs, the contract jobs, all of the different jobs that are in their nature exploitative because they're not giving you the basic human rights that we're talking about right now. But again, I digress. All right, level 3 on the hierarchy is love and belonging. So now that you have somewhere to stay, you're fed, you have clothing, you have a good job, things are slowly getting better for you, so your safety and survival needs are well taken care of. What's next? Meaningful relationships. And we know with relationships comes spending. There's the wing nights, there's going out for drinks, there's clubbing, there is, I don't know, anyone with lifetime gym. It's like being able to go there and go hang out with friends and sit by the pool. All of those things come with an expense. And just even thinking about buying gifts for your family and friends. If you are just surviving and you are just trying to feed yourself, or you're just trying to level up, get yourself into a better job, whether that's going back to school, doing some sort of personal development, it's after that you're thinking about having a lot of fun, spending money on vacations, and just all of the things that come with being part of a community. And this is where a lot of our priorities start to go haywire, because we start spending in a way that we feel like we deserve, but our life may not reflect that at that time. Maybe you're not in the most stable living situation, but I mean, every Tuesday you're out for wings with the girls. I mean, we've all been there, but there comes a time where you gotta reprioritize so that you can get out of the situation that you're in and be able to actually comfortably go and enjoy those things. So next on the hierarchy, after love and belonging, all the community things and community spending, which is where a lot of us get caught up, we have self-esteem, and that is spending money on boosting yourself, like boosting your status in this world, making yourself feel that sense of achievement. I'd say with self-esteem, this is the stuff that makes you a catch. You know, when you see someone, they look clean and pretty, they look like they've been going to the gym, they've been eating right, they've been, they look like from the inside out, you can see that they're taking care of themselves. These people are spending money on their self-esteem. And you can see that goes pretty high on the hierarchy. That's the second highest level on the hierarchy. That is enrolling in professional development at the even higher level. I'm thinking your master's, your MBA, or whatever's going to make you have the even higher level of a career. Your executive gym memberships, your personal grooming, I'm thinking of the spa trips, all of those different things. And also thinking of all the spa trips and luxury vacations I went on before I had the previous steps in place, which is where a lot of us get ourselves into trouble. It's prioritizing. Like, should we be, are we in the spa tax bracket? That's what we need to be talking about. And it doesn't mean we can't treat ourselves. It doesn't mean that we have to suffer. It just means that a lot of the time there is some reprioritizing that has to happen in order to move up to the next level, which is always the goal, so you can live a more comfortable life, right? And you know what? I guess the last two categories, self-esteem and self-actualization, they can be kind of similar, and it's easy to confuse the two. Self-actualization is the top at the top. Like, you are becoming your best self. You're becoming your Fortune 500 CEO self, your business body baby standing 10 toes down self. You become disciplined when you walk into a room. People know that you're a boss. But also, that's on the professional side. On the personal side, often you'll see people who have the privilege of exploring their inner child again as an adult. That's getting new hobbies. That's adults who never played the piano as a kid who are now taking the time to learn as an adult. It is going to painting classes when you've never had time to do that sort of thing before. It's after you work your way through all of these different levels and you've taken care of yourself, you've done all of the things, and you have time to think about your leisure. Like, you have time to think about, you already show up well in this world, you're comfortable, your bills are paid, you're going out with your friends, you're able to save, you've already saved for a rainy day, you've already saved for next year's vacation, you already saved for the spa, and you go on your regular spa trips. And at the top of that, it's like, now you're running marathons. Now you're like, the gym membership's not even cutting it. I want to run a marathon so I can be my best self. You can see how getting these different needs translates into your budget being all haywire if you're trying to go out of step. Straight up, there is no skipping steps. This is the saddest part, because so many of us try to skip steps, and you know what happens? You fall back down on the crumbly foundation that you tried to climb up on. We always get humbled. You take 3 steps back, 3 steps forward, you take 10 steps sliding all the way back because you're trying to build on that unstable foundation. You could be saving for school and paying for school in cash, but if you don't have a stable living situation, you'll be stressed and possibly too overwhelmed to even finish school. You could train for a marathon, but if you don't feel secure in your job and you don't have the ability to make ends meet, how do you have the time, the passion, the additional energy to go and train for that marathon? You can't. How do you spend every weekend going on dates and clubbing with friends, but you're not focusing on making sure all of your individual needs are met? You're just kind of bringing the chaos to another person. And so you're bringing the chaos, you're attracting more chaos. And so you kind of have to be aware of the advice, the financial advice that's out there and in which way it applies to you, because depending on where you are on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it may be topics that you just have no business really worrying about at this given time until you go back and take care of the most critical things. This is also where they would say comparison is the thief of joy, because this is where, we're always telling you to get out of your environment, find new friends, find friends who are doing better than you, find people who you can ask questions to, But this is where comparison can be the thief of joy, because you can't compare yourself, who is still working on fulfilling their needs, to a friend who was born into level 3. Like, some people are literally born into the privilege of just worrying about their leisure community, their extracurriculars from a very young age, because their parents have provided that foundation for them to jump off of. So now you can see, we start talking about privilege when we talk about the hierarchy of needs. It's not something to feel bad about. It's just something to become really realistic about, become a realist, understand where you're starting from so you can make a plan for where you're going. Because if you don't know where you are now, like, you're kind of driving yourself blind. And if you're trying to skip steps, you're going to find increased stress and anxiety. You're going to find that you have a scarcity mindset because you're always working on surviving. You always feel like you're taking one step here, one step here, one step here. You're making this minimum payment, but your debts aren't going down. Maybe you're spending impulsively. Maybe you feel low self-esteem and self-worth because you feel like, why can't I just get through school, when you're not thinking about the fact that you don't have a stable place to stay, which is the most critical part in being a student. This is a really important topic to discuss because we don't talk about this. The fact that we're all in such different places and starting from such different spots based on where our families are from, based on the resources that we were given, the resources that we have access to, the things that we understand. AKA, just be understanding. Be understanding of other people and be understanding of yourself. Just be... It's okay. Just don't let your friend have you training for a marathon when you don't have a bed to sleep on. Don't have someone helping you look for investments when you need to worry about paying off your debt. Next time, you want to ask yourself, where did all your money go and why do you feel this way at the end of the month? Ask yourself if you're trying to build your house from the ground up or if you're trying to decorate a house that has no foundation. Prioritize wisely and watch your life transform one step at a time.